To be successful and grow as a part-time creator, we need to build and maintain habits that help us keep showing up and do the work. Being passionate about something is not always enough. Working a 9-to-5 and having tons of other commitments can easily lead to lack of motivation or being distracted by all the things life throws at us. In this video, I want to share 7 lessons I learned about habits that I hope will help you build better habits for yourself. These are not only for creators, but for everyone who wants to introduce new habits that last. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you. I hope you are well. Today we're talking about habits, and especially good habits, because that's obviously super important for us part-time creators. All of the lessons I will be sharing with you are quotes and ideas from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I just recently finished reading this book and I think it's an excellent read, especially for someone like me who constantly tries to find ways to get better and more efficient as a part-time creator. In the video, I won't be going into any of the 4 laws of behavior change that are the foundation of James Clear's book. Instead, I have randomly picked quotes or statements that kind of stuck with me while reading the book and that I think are quite powerful in itself. I also have 2 bonus statements, lessons, so stick around to the end to know where to find them. If you want to learn more about how to build better habits, grab a copy of the book. I'll leave it in the link below for you to check it out. Number 1, true behavior change is identity change. According to James Clear, this is one of the fundamentals of building good habits. In order to introduce new habits into your life, you need to think about the type of person you wish to become. For example, if you want to go for a run more regularly, you have to act like a runner, not someone who only tries to run more. You need to try to imitate the action of a person with that identity. With every action you take, you get closer to becoming that type of person. Number 2, time magnifies the margin between success and failure. It will multiply whatever you feed it. This basically means that the results of habits will only show over time. No single action will change your life when it comes to habits. It's all about repeating that action and constantly improving it for it to have a profound impact on your life. It's the same with YouTube, you know. You have to keep putting in the work, you have to keep showing up to see results and grow your audience. And this goes for both good and bad habits. If you keep repeating bad habits, it will not serve you in the long run. One Big Mac meal at McDonald's will not ruin your usually healthy lifestyle. It's the repetition of the action over time that manifests a bad behavior or bad habit. The idea of never miss twice speaks to this as well. When you try to introduce a new habit like going to the gym, it's okay to skip one day every now and then. We're not perfect, but missing it twice or more times is the start of a new habit. Number 3, forget about goals, focus on systems instead. You can have goals all you want, that's all good, but just having goals is usually not enough. The people we look up to and who are successful, they all have systems in place to achieve their goals. You have to think about your goals as setting more of a direction for where you want to go, but then you will need to implement systems into your daily or weekly routines that will ultimately get you there. So the nature of your systems will determine how successful you will be in reaching your goals. James Clear also says the secret to getting results that last is to never stop making improvements to your systems. It's remarkable what you can build if you don't stop. So keep going, keep refining your systems, and just don't stop. Number 4, the most effective form of learning is practice, not planning. I am so guilty of this. Before I started this channel, or any creative project for that matter, I was trying to plan ahead and have it all figured out in advance. I would think about my branding, who is my target audience, what content do I need to make, and what equipment will I need for it. The problem with this was that I got to a point where I felt so overwhelmed that I didn't actually make anything. The reason why we do this and get stuck in figuring out the best approach for things is to delay failure. We want to avoid criticism and avoid being judged publicly when we put ourselves or our work out there. If you do this, you're not only keeping yourself from making actual progress, you also don't really build any habits yet. You just have to start making stuff. You just need to get your reps in. Repetition is how habits are formed, and the rest you'll figure out along the way. Number 5, habits can be easier to change in a new environment. The idea here is to design your environment in a way so you have dedicated spaces for certain tasks and activities. Don't try to work and be productive in the same spot where you would usually watch TV or relax. This will trigger a craving to do exactly that instead of the task at hand, and it will be harder to resist. This is obviously not easy if you live in a small apartment and don't have a lot of space, but try to separate locations within your home as much as you can. On another note, if you are about to move to a different apartment or a different city, this is a perfect opportunity to get rid of bad habits because you can design your environment from scratch. Not only in your home, but everywhere you go, for work or study, you will see that it is much easier to resist the temptation of a bad habit when you're in a new place. I can speak from experience. When I first quit smoking when I was at uni, I had just moved to a new city and into my very first apartment. I hadn't yet adapted my bad habit of smoking to the new environment, so there were less cues around that would trigger my craving for a cigarette. So I quit. The more I then didn't practice my bad habit, I accumulated evidence for my new identity as a non-smoker, so it was easier to resist any future temptations because I had proof of me being capable of doing so. Number 6, our real motivation is to be lazy and to do what is convenient. When I read this, I was super excited because this is pretty much why I started this channel in the first place, to help people, especially part-time creators like me, find ways to simplify their work so they can create more. So basically, to use the lazy way to make progress. We are often told that we just need to want something bad enough to be able to do it, but in reality, we just want to do it in the most convenient way. And that's actually really smart because the less effort it is for us, the more likely we will repeat the action and form a new habit. It's all about removing friction from the process. And I feel like, especially for us creators, there are a lot of tools and products out there that do exactly that and that can help us show up consistently. And number 7, you have to fall in love with the boredom. The longer version of this quote is, the only way to become excellent is to be endlessly fascinated by doing the same thing over and over. You have to fall in love with the boredom. This is our problem with motivation. We think successful people have endless amounts of energy or motivation, but they actually struggle with the lack of it as much as you and I do. The difference is that they still show up and work even if they find it boring, while others get distracted when life gets in the way. This is where systems come into play again. You need to have the right systems in place to keep showing up so you don't only work on your goals when you feel like it. There you go, 7 lessons about building better habits for yourself. I've shared 2 bonus tips over on my IGTV, so head over there if you like and say hi in the comments and let me know that you came from this video. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys and I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you found this helpful, please leave a like and tell me in the comments below what habit you would like to get better at or start for yourself. Again, if you want to check out the book Atomic Habits, the link is in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.